Wrestling, January 25th of 2020. My name's Jim Amata, being joined by the Pittsburgh legend himself, Paul Atlas. And Paul, we are in Baldwin, Pennsylvania, our big debut in Baldwin. Things have been buzzing all day, and we are starting things off hot as we have Ryse Tag Team Gold on the line. The newly solidified Golden Chic looks to add gold to their international contingent as they challenge the best tag team in Pittsburgh, the main event.
That's right, we are here, Ryse 412, Baldwin, Pennsylvania. The first time we are in this building, and it is hot here tonight. Starting off with a hot tag match.
You know nothing about that. I got that tag. You gotta leave that tag. Yeah, I ain't looking on my yacht. You don't need
The best tag team in Pittsburgh today. The perfect combination of size, speed, agility, and power. The metahuman, the pro wrestling all-star, Ganon Jones Jr. and Duke Davis. They are the Ryse Tag Team Champions, and they are the main event.
That's right, Jim. Let's not forget, these guys went nearly 2 years, actually over 2 years, undefeated in Ryse Wrestling. And they are the top of the mountain, Duke Davis and Ganon Jones, your Ryse Tag Team Champions.
As Baldwin, Pennsylvania has been a buzz about this big Ryse debut, we have two of the standard bearers of Ryse Pro Wrestling. Wherever they go, the main event makes headlines. However, we have seen the planning and plotting of Golden Chic International, including the man that you see on the floor right now, Benjamin C. Steele, stabbing his best friend, Robert Parker Williams, in the back to align himself with Tyler Klein, Calvin Couture, and Mambo Italiano. That plan was set in motion months ago, so you have to wonder, what does Golden Chic International have planned tonight for the main event?
All right, big man. I know.
What's up, man?
Yo.
Niggas look good. This one, man, look good. Holy sweet. Wow.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is for the Ryse Tag Team Championships. First, the challengers, being accompanied by Benjamin C. Steele and Tyler Klein. He is the fashionista of pro wrestling, Calvin Couture. His tag team partner, the one and only true Italian wrestler here in America, Mambo Italiano. And in this corner we have the champions, the all-star, Ganon Jones Jr. The metahuman Duke Davis. Your tag team champions, the main event.
Referee George Ross is going to have his hands full here, Paul.
Oh, that's for sure. Especially with that little weasel BC Steele hanging out. And he's got his newest running buddy, Tyler Klein, out there, too.
I'd be remiss, Paul, if I didn't mention this. That BC Steele told you at our event just 2 weeks ago at the Stronghold that smashing his best friend with that chair, Robert Parker Williams, was one of the hardest decisions he ever had to make. If that was true, how sick does BC Steel have to be? Because it wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. It wasn't a decision he made out of emotion. It was a calculated decision. He decided with malice and intent to stab his best friend in the back for his professional gain.
I believe him about as much as I believe some of our current people in government today. You know BC Steel's lying when his lips are moving.
Tell you what we saw 2 weeks ago and what we've seen from Calvin Couture for quite some time. He has a bona fide mean streak, and make no mistake about it, they come out here with the fashion, with the bravado. At the end of the day, they wouldn't be in this situation if they didn't get it done inside the ring. And the fact that they planned and plotted against Robert Parker Williams for months shows you how devious they can be.
Yeah, don't let the glamour and glitz of Golden Chic International fool you. These guys are cold, calculated. They're just mean and ornery.
While Baldwin has pledged their support, that's what I'm telling you. Golden Chic International trying to exploit an opportunity right out of the box, and that may be what they have to do because they are just physically overmatched by the ultra-athletic gifts of the main event.
That's right. It doesn't get any better than the All-Star Ganon Jones and the meta-human Duke Davis. These guys are prime conditioned athletes. They don't just compete here on a local level. They compete on a national level. And they've won gold everywhere they go, including here at Ryse.
And what a smooth transition from the Pro Wrestling All-Star. This is next level stuff right here.
Look at the seamless transitions from move to move by Ganon Jones. That's not by accident. These guys are well scouted. They know their stuff in and out of that ring. There they are calling the plays out.
And you can see the way that Ganon just muscled Mambo into position here.
Oh, look out here.
As the main event doing what they do best.
Ganon with the pass.
As a team, and what power from the meta-human.
A handoff to Duke Davis, now doing a few squats.
What core strength. And what impact.
Look at the face of Mambo. He just went for a ride.
Lateral press here, Mambo escapes. I think Tyler Klein's taking a coronary at ringside.
I'm telling you.
And Mambo may be having a coronary right now because I believe his heart could have stopped from that strike by Duke Davis. And again, tag
Look
team
out here.
continuity personified.
Ganon Jones going for the field goal.
Hooks the leg here. Mambo within distance of the ropes.
Yeah.
And that shows you, again, we've talked about it, how Golden Chic has the ability, that is a wise ring generalship from Mambo Italiano. And again, that snake BC Steel at ringside.
This is not a tag match. This is 4-on-2.
And like a shark, Calvin Couture going after the surgically repaired knee of Ganon Jones Jr.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And notice how, again, that interjection by BC Steel changed the complexion of this matchup completely.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I know Ganon needs to use that brace for support, but in a lot of ways, he puts a target on it every time he steps in that ring.
Oh, poor Ganon.
And again, it was the outside interference as Tyler Klein is luring Duke Davis away.
Yeah, he's got the attention of the referee,
from
too.
his corner, so he can't make the tag.
Not only that, but he got the attention of the referee. So they can both double team on Ganon. Like I said, this isn't a tag match. This is 4-on-2.
And this is a well thought out, well strategized plan. I've said it many times. BC Steel's most powerful weapon is his mind, and that is something that other opponents can't really prepare for, because quite frankly, you never know how low he's going to go. And if you don't believe me, ask Robert Parker Williams.
Yeah, well, there is no depth that he won't sink to. We've seen that before. Like you said, turning his back on his best friend, not just turning his back on him, smashing him in the head with a chair.
And we're seeing good teamwork from Golden Chic International. As again, Duke Davis is being lowered around the ring.
Yeah, don't be fooled for 1 second. This is not by accident that they're doing this.
And again, you want to talk about how exploitative Golden Chic International is. Calvin not afraid to outright break the rules, use the long hair of Ganon against him in this exchange.
Well, unfortunately, like in football, it's part of the uniform. And I got to tell you, Jim, Ganon Jones is really in a worse way here.
And look at the way that Couture grinding his forearm into the face. Again, that bona fide nasty side of Couture.
Yeah, and I know Duke wants to help his partner, but really interjecting himself like that is actually doing more harm than good.
We talked about how much they exploit their opponents. They're exploiting the emotional side of Duke Davis. Mambo snuck in a cheap shot, immediately went for the cover, and Duke has had enough.
But unfortunately, once again, the referee is not watching what's going on in the ring, and Golden Chic is using that to their advantage.
Paul, one of the things that we have to make note of here is just how competitive the Ryse Tag Team division is, something you can appreciate.
Oh, without a doubt, some of the top talent from around the country has come to Ryse Wrestling to challenge for those titles.
And quite frankly, every title defense by the main event is a threat to their championship. As Golden Chic is piling on the offense. I don't know if you get any closer than that.
That was very close.
And we've talked about this new formation. As Mambo gets intercepted, this new formation of Golden Chic, what a better way to put themselves on the map than to dethrone the main event.
Oh, that's without a doubt. But right now, Ganon has got to use this, take this to his advantage, and he has got to get to Duke Davis and make the tag if they have any chance of surviving tonight and retaining their titles.
Duke using those long arms to reach out, desperately trying to assist Ganon Jones Jr. here.
He got it.
Simultaneous tags.
And here comes the
Metahuman has been aching to get inside the squared circle. He cut Couture in half.
He's got him. And look at the look on the face of the Metahuman.
One of the most intense athletes we've ever seen.
Oh, big power slam by the Metahuman.
And Couture blindsides Duke. Upset.
That bench press strength coming into play. Save the championship.
Up there.
You got Klein on one side. Oh, right. Whoa.
No, not like this, Paul. Not like this. We can't let this happen.
Duke getting the shoulder up at the last possible second.
PC Steele is celebrating a little early, a little premature. But the titles are in real jeopardy here.
And once again, Klein in the ring.
Needs to get the hell out of there. Miscue.
And out goes Mambo.
This is complete shenanigans.
Oh, and out goes Klein.
And the fashion designer may need a recut. when he wakes up.
And Mr. Couture is all by himself now.
Interception.
Here it comes. Look out.
Game over.
Plants him.
Good night.
Your winners and still Ryse Tag Team Champions, Kenny Jones Jr., Drew Davis, Klein, events.
You are looking at tag team excellence. Every defense may be a threat to those championships, but those two athletes are up to the task.
Oh, they've got all the gifts. They've got all the tools. They are your champions, and they are the main event.
You don't have to point at me.
It seems to have a real problem with you lately, Jim.
Well, Doe nearly destroyed our equipment the last time he was involved in a Ryse matchup. He faced Lee Moriarty in that rounds matchup just 2 weeks ago, had his elbow dislocated. We thought it may have been a broken arm. Turns out it was dislocated. He had his elbow put back into place, and that's how he was medically cleared to compete here tonight. And where the hell is Doe
Going out into our crowd here. This guy is a bona fide madman, picking on a little kid in the crowd.
No one will control Doe. He has it out to destroy Ryse, which is why he's here right now.
Are you calling the action, Jim Romata? Shirley just went up there and he just made fun of that ugly kid and that ugly family.
Made the kid cry. Wow, he's a man, let me
You're
tell
a
you.
real charmer.
Makes a little kid cry. Idiot.
As much as it pains me to say it, Paul,
Now Shirley goes on to that ugly kid, making him cry because he's very horrible, probably has a horrible education, and he probably has no self-obedience.
as I was saying
Hey, you
before,
had such a sweet upbringing yourself there, huh, kid?
we have a roster of some of the most talented athletes you're ever going to find, but Shirley Doe may be the most dangerous man in Ryse.
Oh, this man is sick, sadistic, and twisted, and he takes that to a whole new level.
And in true Shirley Doe fashion, he's managed to make friends with everyone in the building before he ever got in the ring. He gets off on hatred. It's just sick.
The man is unbelievable.
Every kid under 10 years old to shut your mouth. It's not even come here to hear a stupid kid talking about old. And you know what? You so easy to break, I'll bring your leg in the parking lot and you'll never go to school again.
How to Win Friends and Influence People by Shirley Doe.
His opponent.
On the very same night that Doe was in that brutal rounds match with Lee Moriarty, it was this young man
This challenger from Brooklyn, East Florida, weighing 190 pounds. He's the invincible Chic.
Oliver stole the show in a three-way bout against Trey Lamar and MB Young. Despite coming up on the short end of things, Ryse management was so impressed, they gave him a shot here in bulk. However, he drew a tough assignment.
That he did. Let's not forget, he was coming off an ACL injury when he got back into that ring and had that fantastic barn burner of a match with Trey Lamar and MV Young.
And that's one thing you can speak to, Paul. You've had ACL injuries. How difficult is it coming off of an ACL injury?
It takes a lot of training, a lot of hard work just to even get back up on your feet and walk, let alone perform inside a wrestling ring.
Collar and elbow type gets us started here. Oliver very wisely going to grab wrist control. Attempt to out-wrestle Doe, but Doe has a PhD in professional wrestling.
Yeah, this man is trained in the dojos of Japan with some of the finest and brightest wrestlers in the world today.
Nice back heel trip from Oliver. Steps over and regains wrist control. And this is wise strategy because despite how technically savvy Doe can be, you just do not want to exchange strikes with him.
Oh no, this guy will definitely, he'll knock your lights out. So you don't want to get into a punching match with Doe, that's for sure.
Top wrist lock from Doe here. Oliver rolled through to neutralize the leverage, go behind, has the waist lock. And again, you want to talk about next level ring generalship. Doe using his own boot to escape from that exchange. Oliver slides out. But Doe is always just one step ahead. Again, knowing the path of least resistance, simply grabbing the rope to force the break.
You know what you can do? Get diabetes and lose your legs.
And I believe that Doe was playing some mind games, putting the young Chase Oliver under some stress mentally inside the squared circle.
Oh, yeah.
To see how does the young athlete handle the mental warfare from the savvy veteran.
I mean, yeah, let's face it, Doe does hate all of humanity, but he's not yelling at that guy in the first row because he's the guy in the first row. He's trying to get under Chase Oliver's skin right now, trying to see how he reacts to these maneuvers.
Back heel trip from Doe, and again goes right back to that top wrist lock. Knows what works, and maximizing the amount of punishment he can dish out in any situation. And you know, after having his elbow dislocated just 2 weeks ago, not only is Doe furious, but he wants to prove a point. He wants to use Chase Oliver as an example as to what he plans to continue to do here.
Sure. You know, I mean, Lee Moriarty was the greatest young upstart out of Ryse Wrestling, and he took care of Doe. He beat Doe. So now he wants to take this young man and put him in his place before he even gets to become a young upstart here at Ryse Wrestling. And let's not forget, he's got this pornographic producer, Derek Direction, always out here causing havoc as well.
Yeah, later on tonight, we're going to see Derek Direction in there with the Firebird, Shawn Phoenix. Leverage maneuver from the young Oliver. Very nicely done. Lobby straw cradle.
What? That's an Oklahoma roll.
Crucifix pin.
All right, I'll agree with you on that one at least.
Oliver trying to use his speed to keep Doe off this game here. Up and over, nicely done, shoulders down. And Doe very wisely calls his own timeout as he's losing his...
He seems to be losing his pants.
Oh, look out, he's not safe out there. We know Oliver can fly. This young man...
Putting on the brakes, though.
Look out! Orihara moonsault!
And he nails it perfectly on both Direction and Doe.
This dynamic young athlete looking to prove himself each and every time he's inside the squared circle.
And just like that, showing a veteran move, they're getting Doe back in the ring. He knows he can't beat him on the floor.
Absolutely right, Paul.
And hopefully he knocked Direction out. We don't got to listen to him the rest of the night.
God, let's hope so. I'm not a religious man, but God loves
I was wrong. He's back up.
That's why I'm not a religious man. And here's another aspect of this thing, Paul. Not only does Oliver have to deal with physically coming back from the ACL injury, he also has to reassert himself within the ranks of professional wrestling.
Sure, and he's got to do all of that. And let's not forget the mental aspect of that. You know that knee's on his mind.
Oliver avoids the contact. What agility. And again, trying to use his speed.
Look out.
Beautiful shooting star press. But Doe is durable. You don't last 25 years in this game without being tough, and Doe certainly is, as he knocked Oliver out of his shoes.
Just like
at that juncture.
Just like Stan Hansen, Jim LaMotta.
Yeah, we got a Stan Hansen reference in.
If Stan Hansen was here, I'd hope he'd knock Derek's damn head off. That's a whole other matter. But as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, not only is there the physical pressure of that knee holding up, but how does the young Oliver look to reassert himself in the world of professional wrestling?
Now, right now, he's got a mountain to climb here tonight with Doe and Direction out here.
Doe tried to pick the bones after Derek got his cheap shots in, which, quite frankly, we knew was going to happen.
Take two, pin him again. Pin him again. Take two. Strong pin, strong pin, strong pin.
And did you see how Doe was pressing down? It was a literal body press.
Right.
As Doe using the wrist tape to try to asphyxiate Oliver, as if this kid doesn't have enough to try to fight through.
Robbing the brain of oxygen, robbing the body of oxygen. That's going to wear Chase Oliver down. And once again, that idiot Direction on the outside, distracting the referee, and Doe's going to go to work here.
And this is where Doe was like a sadistic surgeon inside the squared circle.
Choking him with that top rope.
Using every inch of the ring as a potential way to inflict pain and punishment. And quite frankly, Paul, it's a little disappointing that a young athlete with such an upside has to deal with Doe and Direction.
Well, unfortunately, he wants to make his way here in Ryse Wrestling. He's got to go through all competition, and like it or not, Doe and Derek Direction are both top competitors here at Ryse. And now, once again...
Hey, George, how about you turn around? Direction pleading innocence. He's about as innocent as OJ.
Yeah, newborn baby rat.
As I was saying, Paul, this young man has a hell of a lot of potential, but he's going to take a beating here, as you can hear it right there.
Doe just leveling, laying those forearms in.
We've seen the raw talent that Oliver brings to the table. As has been mentioned, he's a student of the Absolute Intense Wrestling Academy out of Cleveland, Ohio. He was trained by NXT star Johnny Gargano, so he has the pedigree and the potential to make a name for himself in professional wrestling.
And you know what? I think to a degree, that's the stuff that sticks in the craw of guys like Doe and Direction. They don't like to see these young upstarts with great potential come into this company and prove their worth.
Doe wisely avoids the contact. Not that time. Oliver perched up top. Nice agility. Leg sweep.
Look out here.
Diving drop kick in the corner.
Moves him out.
Doe got the left shoulder up with just inches to spare.
You cannot get much closer than that.
And I'm going to tell you what. With as outspoken as the Grindhouse is, you know as well as I do, they would have egg all over their face.
Look out here, look out here.
Direction needs to get the hell off of the apron.
Come on, George, get him off the ring apron.
Doe with a shot to the spine.
There's that ripcord clothesline of Doe's.
Oliver got taken inside out, but he kicked out. You got to admire the heart and the tenacity of the young man here.
Take two. Let's get another one. Take his head off. Take it.
And look at Doe grinning like a Cheshire cat. He loves to antagonize other human beings.
He's going for that ripcord again.
This time, Oliver was ready.
He goes right after that elbow that was dislocated a few weeks ago at the Stronghold. Beautiful insecurity right to the back of the head of Doe.
Look at the grit and tenacity of Chase Oliver. But again, Doe showing why he survived 25 years in this industry. He is double tough. You can't take it away from him. But Chase Oliver could be going for a home run swing.
Oh, look out here.
Direction getting involved. Direction with the distraction here.
Oliver now setting up on that top rope. Coming off with the shooting star. Nobody home.
In the pool. Doe used the distraction to recover. And he cold cocked Chase Oliver, who got shafted, damn it.
That is it. The odds were just too much.
It took a multiple assist from Derek Direction. But Doe has put down the young Wyatt.
These guys don't care if it's 2-on-1 or not. All they care about is the victory. And Doe got that victory tonight.
And the Grindhouse again trying to mar, trying to stain our debut in Baltimore.
They are out to ruin every event Ryse Wrestling has, and tonight's been no exception.
Professional wrestling. The living embodiment of positivity. Keith Haught is an athlete that everyone can rally around, whether it's in Connellsville, Baldwin, or anywhere else. You have to appreciate Keith Haught.
Yeah, the Bearcat loving the fans, and the fans are loving him.
Please welcome back, Mr. Benjamin C. Steele.
Why?
Who did he pay off to get an entrance? Well, BC Steele is not scheduled to be out here. He has no business out here.
Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll trip and break a leg.
It wouldn't be the first time. Obviously, BC Steele none too happy with Golden Chic's defeat earlier this evening.
First of all, Mr. Referee, sir, if you can stop doing your stuff, keep doing that.
I actually expected a better ovation, and I've never seen, it's actually impressive, I've never seen a bigger group of ugly people in one spot in my entire life. I can't tell men from women, I can't tell young from old, I can't tell real teeth and real hair from the fake stuff, but what I can tell you is a man of myself. I've got my hands in a lot of cookie jars, and I have a new acquisition. What I have right now is a man who stands 6'2", 235 pounds of solid muscle. In wrestling business, there's a lot of understudies and a lot of guys that can't be leading men. But what I found is the
Hey, Baldwin knows him.
If I ask for your opinion in your $2 hoodie, I will give it to you. Settle down before you have a floor here. But I found a man who is a heat-seeking missile. You do not escape him. He works right through you. So, ladies and gentlemen, my newest acquisition, and Keith Haught, I'm sorry, but you're number one to fall to Colby Red.
Paul, we heard about this guy. This matchup was announced prior to our debut here, but apparently BC Steel inked on the contract. Colby Reed out of the state of Ohio has been touted for some time as one of the top prospects within the tri-state area. Having a collegiate and athletic background for the majority of his life, from what I understand, there have been a lot of people bidding for his services. Apparently, BC Steel was the one that got the contract.
He must have kicked up just enough money to sign this young man.
Oh, this guy's huge.
He's definitely a fine young athlete here for sure. Can't be too smart though if he's hooking up with BC Steel.
Well, I hate to say it, Paul, it pains me right in the middle of my chest. BC Steel has managed dozens of athletes to dozens of championships.
And here we go.
A tie-up here. And we're seeing the physical gifts, the God-given gifts of Colby Reed coming into play immediately as he used his height advantage for added leverage to force the Bearcat back to the corner. Man, you heard the contact.
Big knee right into the chest of the Bearcat.
But we know Keith can rally. Keith is all energy, all momentum, and all action. Only one way forward for Keith Haught.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on now. After his loss to Tony Johnson at our last event, and he lost to Matt Connor both times in quest of the Ryse Grand Championship, Keith Haught has got to go back down to the bottom of the card and work his way back up into title contention. And he's going to have his hands full tonight with this kid.
Man, Haught charges in, big contact. Such a unique athlete. And we're seeing the tutelage of BC Steel coming into play here as Colby Reed created a timeout for himself, or he may have suckered Keith Haught in.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it was a little bit of both there.
Obviously, there was a game plan coming into this matchup, as we're seeing step 2 unfold in front of our eyes.
Yeah, he just posted Haught on the outside there, now rolling him back into the ring. We're going to see what this young man has now.
In the eyes of Colby Reed, he is cold, calculating, and he is raining down shots on Keith Haught very, very quickly here.
Now, if you notice the facial expressions of Colby Reed here, he is laser focused right now.
It's almost a version of a neck crank, Paul.
Yeah. Keith trying to fight his way out now.
Misdirection from Red. Oh, man. That could be all, Paul. He just tattooed Keith in the jaw.
That shot right on the ear of Keith Haught knocked him completely off balance.
That lunging right hand. And the nasty nature of Colby Red.
And now the Weasel injects himself once again.
Keith Haught,
able
nice
to block
leverage
it.
maneuver.
He was able to block that suplex attempt.
Keith using that low center of gravity. Look out here. And again, Keith using his momentum and recovering, quite frankly. Tenacity from the Bearcat, something that has really defined his career.
Well, this young man will always fight his way back up, that's for sure.
He got it that time.
Yeah, Haught unable to block that second suplex attempt. Rolling out of the way, though. Colby Red catching that knee on the canvas.
Red may have gotten a little overconfident.
That big uppercut chop by Keith Haught.
Keith hit very, very hard.
Rolls through.
And again,
knockout punch.
You heard Keith scream out in pain because he got hit right in the jaw. His mouth was open. Well, that's how you break your jaw.
Oh, that was one hell of a shot by Colby Red there, that's for sure. Straight right hand to the jaw, Keith Haught.
Colby Red may be based out of Ohio, but I sincerely believe we are seeing a new chapter of his career here. But the Bearcat will not go into the night easy.
No, not at all. That big, big drop right onto the chest of Colby Red. He's sucking air now. Both men struggling to get to their feet.
Paul, one of these athletes is going to start that climb back up the ranks.
And here comes the Bearcat. Big clotheslines.
And look at the Bearcat roll.
Oh, he's on fire now. Look out here. Only a 2 count.
And what do you think the mind state would be for BC Steel if he goes 0-2 on the night?
Oh, I'll tell you what, they're going to have to sedate him if that happens.
Oh, come on, ref. A blatant poke in the eye.
Three Stooges eye poke straight to the eye.
Ruiz German, Keith bouncing on impact. And Colby Red is going to find out if he has what it takes to truly make an impression here in Ryse Wrestling.
Yeah, he's going to have to dig deep because, as you and I both know, the Bearcat is not going to give up without an immense fight, and he is not giving up right now.
High kick, I believe, may have clipped him in the nose. And that headbutt was right to the point of the jaw.
Yeah, but I think it damaged Keith as much as it damaged Colby. Keith Haught calling out for the bonsai.
I don't know how wise that was. He may have telegraphed
tipping him
himself.
off there. Yeah, you can see that little weasel perched there.
Okay, this is grounds for disqualification. BC Steel getting physically involved, hits the concrete floor. And Colby sweeps out Haught, who bounces off the canvas. Diving knee strike to the temple. BC Steel took the shot. Colby Red takes the victory.
Keith Haught's climb back to the the top of the Ryse roster. Didn't work out too well for him here tonight. And young Colby Red made an impressive debut.
That is a dangerous young man being guided by a dangerous veteran mind. The complexion of Ryse Wrestling may change because I believe everyone here has been put on notice. Colby Red has indeed arrived.
Well, he is definitely here and looking to take names. But now that he's hooked up with BC Steel, he's going to be even more dangerous.
One of the most action-packed and one of the most talented young athletes in the world today, a truly international star, is Jason the Gift Kincaid.
And his opponent,
the future of the industry, not just the future of Pittsburgh, the future of the entire professional wrestling business, the apex of combat.
he is tied of style. Moriarty.
The Gift versus the apex of combat is a matchup that has had Pittsburgh buzzing since it was announced several weeks ago.
That's right. I've said it from the day I very first saw this young man. Lee Moriarty is going to be money in this business.
Jason the Gift Kincaid has competed quite literally around the globe. For DDT in Japan, from Canada to Mexico to all across the United States. Kincaid has competed in WWE rings, Impact Wrestling rings, Ring of Honor rings, and now here in the Ryse ring.
But this is going to be, without a doubt, Lee's toughest test to date. As you said, this man's extensive background, traveling the world, success everywhere he's gone. In the apex of combat, fall the Gift.
Lee Moriarty has expressed on several occasions that his goal in professional wrestling is to become an international name. Right now, he is going to have an international test because, quite frankly, Kincaid has been where Moriarty wants to be. How will the apex of combat measure up to this test? As he continues to maintain control of the arm here. Kincaid rolls through. Amazing agility. Poetry in motion is the Gift Kincaid. And a little mind games as well.
Lee Moriarty has definitely got his work cut out for him tonight.
Kincaid, I believe, 15-year veteran, despite being still in his young years. He is so talented, so seasoned, so polished, and that's why he has performed in literally every major promotion at some time or another in the United States today. Lee looking for a way out and does so. You can see the physical chess match developing in front of us, Paul.
Yeah, this is going to take every bit of Lee Moriarty's experience so far in this business to try and go one-on-one with Jason the Gift Kincaid. Lee's going to have to pull
Back
out
heel
him.
trim. And you want to talk about a physical struggle. Kincaid was one, maybe two steps ahead, suckered Moriarty into that Cobra twist. And a can you top this of sorts, Paul?
Without a doubt, wow.
Ucha pass into the arm drag. Just beautiful, truly pretty to watch. Such agility and such skill from these two talented athletes. A pleasure to call this one.
Unbelievable what we're witnessing here tonight before us. Now an extended friendship there, sportsmanship by Jason Kincaid.
Oh, man. Kincaid, I believe, suckered the young Moriarty in.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, we're spoiled. Wow. Yeah, we're spoiled quite some time by seeing young Lee Moriarty from his beginnings here, but we tend to forget Lee has not been in the business less than 5 years. Kincaid, 15. He's able to play those mind games, but Lee's coming back strong now.
The apex of combat, so dynamic inside those ring rooms. And you want to talk about wisdom beyond his years. Moriarty using the forearm to the face in that pinfall predicament to make it just a little more difficult for Kincaid to escape.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think Kincaid may have awoken the sleeping giant inside Moriarty right now.
He may have awoken the Black Dragon, who is wrenching away with the Fujiwara armbar. And Paul, you know what? We saw that aggression from Jason Kincaid. I'm going to tell you right now. Because as we said, everyone's been talking about this matchup. Kincaid is not about to let Moriarty make his name at Kincaid's expense.
Oh, that's right. He always want to be considered the underdog in this match.
Or a stepping stone for someone else.
Exactly.
Kincaid is still on the upswing himself. Kincaid still has places to go himself. He's not going to allow Moriarty the press, the prestige of a victory. Dangerous situation here. As Moriarty went crashing to the apron, and some showboating, some bravado from Kincaid, who uses the momentum to stomp down. No wasted motion, a sign of a true pro is Jason Kincaid.
And you notice the way he rode Moriarty all the way down to the floor, creating as much punishment as humanly possible.
And Paul, if you're Moriarty, how do you mentally adjust as this matchup progresses? Because this is the international test for Moriarty.
Well, Lee's going to have to dig down deep here. I mean, this guy is unlike anybody Lee has faced yet to date.
This is an international standard. As we said, Kincaid's been to Canada, Mexico, Japan, all across the United States. This is the international test for Moriarty.
That's right. Lee is going to have to show everybody right here tonight that he deserves to be on that level. A loss to Kincaid tonight is going to set back that plan of Moriarty's.
In some ways, this will be a sign of if Moriarty has what it takes to get where he wants to be. Beautiful step-up run. Almost effortless. And the Black Dragon clutching his neck, clutching the back of his head.
Yeah, let's not forget, Lee has had some neck injuries in the past.
Absolutely. His very physical matchup with Doe just 2 weeks ago. Doe was working on the neck. Moriarty shoots him off here. Reversed by Kincaid. Interception with the sweeper. And that is a sign of a high ring IQ. These two have been exchanging fast-paced maneuvers. Kincaid switches the momentum completely.
Sure, and how ironic would it be if after all those high-paced, high-pitched, high-risk maneuvers, Lee Moriarty succumbs to a basic sleeper hold. Lee showing he's going nowhere just yet.
Moriarty finds a way to extricate himself. And Paul, this thing's been so fast, so furious. And so physical as Kincaid kicks Moriarty in the kidneys. That is just nasty.
It's just been astronomical that these guys have been able to go at this pace this long and not really slow up one bit.
That's a sign of a veteran presence. Moriarty expecting a right hand and gets a left hand to the face. And Kincaid is showing, despite the beautiful agility, all the maneuvers, he can be downright nasty. Kincaid trying to spring off the ropes. Moriarty putting on the brakes, but has to absorb another strike from Kincaid. Up and over goes Lee. High kick. What momentum! Double stomp down on the collarbones.
He caught him square with those. And now the Black Dragon's digging down deep.
Kincaid counters out. Back elbow stuns Moriarty.
This has been move and counter move for about 5-10 minutes now. These guys have not slowed down one bit.
And Moriarty plants the gift. Who escapes? Paul, we've said this is quite figuratively and literally an international test for Moriarty. What does the international experience speak to that? How does that international experience benefit Jason Kincaid coming into a matchup like this?
Well, you can watch tape and train like the international stars do in Japan and Mexico and Canada, but if you're not actually there learning underneath them, which is what Kincaid has done, that's the difference here between Lee and Jason Kincaid. Lee has watched all the tape. He has studied the styles, he has mimicked the styles, but he's never actually trained on it. He has trained in Mexico, but not in Japan. So Kincaid has a huge advantage actually being in those dojos and training.
Nothing like hands-on experience, you might say.
Exactly.
But here is some of that Japanese influence as Moriarty is twisting and contorting the arm.
Look at the pain etched on Kincaid's
face. It was that
face.
same maneuver that dislocated Shirley Doe's elbow.
He's going for it again.
A few weeks ago.
Kincaid able to find that rope though.
Again, high ring IQ and ring generalship from Kincaid, knowing where he was and knowing the fastest way to extricate himself from that submission predicament.
That's it. That's the
high
experience.
level thinking inside those ring ropes.
That's the experience advantage there. Always knowing where you are inside that ring.
And again, so resourceful is Kincaid. You can always see the wheels turning from Kincaid.
He's thinking 2, 3, 4 moves ahead with each and every position.
Look out.
Oh, my.
Elevated Michinoku driver. I've never seen that.
And Kincaid is beside himself. He cannot believe Moriarty got out of it.
And now we're going to see how bad Moriarty wants it, because he's going to have to dig down and fight through some pain at this juncture of the matchup. Look out.
Oh, yeah, he turned that into a sleeper hold right away. Once again, sinking that sleeper hold in on Moriarty.
And Moriarty is right in the center of the ring. He's on an island. And what the hell do you call that?
I don't know, but he's using Lee's own arm against him.
Almost a standing straitjacket choke. And you can see Moriarty fighting with a sense of urgency. He knew he had to get out of that one. He wasn't going to survive long there. Missed by Kincaid. Counter from Moriarty, who elevates himself up. Double stomp down on that arm. That same arm that Moriarty's been working on since the start of this matchup. Lateral press. Right into Fujiwara.
Yes, that's it. He was able to turn that kick out into the submission hold. And now, once again, Lee wrenching on the arm, wrenching on the fingers now.
Bending the digits of Kincaid.
Kincaid, though, able to roll out of it.
Roll through, shoulders down. Notice how Kincaid's defensive wrestling translated into offensive wrestling.
And almost using Moriarty's own momentum against him.
And again, working on that neck.
Yeah, but I think that also took a lot out of his own arm to execute that maneuver.
Paul, this matchup had a lot of hype coming into it, but I think we're seeing it live up to that and more.
Oh, without a doubt, this match is everything it was advertised.
And immediately, Kincaid transitioning to a submission on the neck.
He's not only got the neck bent, but he's got those shoulders bent back. All kind of pain and anguish. Lee, though, able to find that rope. Kincaid's got to break this hold now. Both men are exhausted.
With the pain etched on the face of Lee Moriarty. And Jace Kincaid clutching that arm. It may come down to just who wants it more.
Well, that's exactly what this is going to come down to right here, right now. Which one of these guys wants the victory more? Which one of these guys wants to prove that they are going to stand tall at the end of this match? Kincaid setting him up here, looks like for a pile driver.
Kincaid rolls through, as does Moriarty. Shoulders down. Leverage maneuver from Kincaid. Unbelievable. What a matchup. What an effort. And what a fight.
Both men literally on the same page, going for the same maneuvers. My God, this is one hell of a matchup we're seeing tonight. Jim, like we said before, this match is everything it was advertised and a hell of a lot more.
I believe that Lee Moriarty may be very well living up to the international test that was put in front of him.
Well, I'm going to say it right here and right now. Win, lose, or draw, Lee Moriarty has proven himself tonight.
I don't know if these two are going to answer the count, Paul. They've been going at it.
They're both down. They're both out of it. Referee's up to, wait a minute, double pin.
And that pinfall predicament is actually what broke the 10 count.
Yeah.
This matchup has been so unique, Paul. We've had the privilege to sit here and enjoy these two athletes blending every style. Truly a hybrid sport is professional wrestling.
Sure, I've been doing this for 30 years, Jim. I've seen every type of match imaginable. And I will tell you what, this is probably the greatest match I've ever seen in my career to date.
Kincaid is psyching himself up. As we said, Kincaid's not going to allow Moriarty to propel his own career at Kincaid's expense.
Well, like I said before, win, lose, or draw, Moriarty has more than proven himself here tonight.
Diamond Dust DDT off the ropes.
Got that pile driver that time.
Moriarty's spine compressed. But he got his shoulder up, immediately clutching the neck. But Moriarty fought through the pain to get that shoulder up.
This is amazing what we're witnessing here tonight. True history in the making.
Baldwin, Pennsylvania is being introduced to Ryse Pro Wrestling very properly here. And I believe Kincaid could be going for a home run swing.
He has to at this point. He's laid it all on the line, and Moriarty has come back each and every time. Kincaid's got to dig way down deep to come up with something here, but Moriarty caught him.
Kincaid was willing to take the risk because that's what you have to do when you have high-level competition like this right here.
Sure, at this point, they've both given everything they've had. All their maneuvers, all their moves. And both men still standing here battling it out.
Oh, man, Moriarty bending the appendages of Jace Kincaid.
Kincaid doing everything he can to get out of that, including using his head as a battering ram.
What agility from Moriarty, look out! Kincaid goes crashing to the canvas.
Kincaid, he's out on the floor. Moriarty's down in the ring. Both of these guys have given everything they have here tonight.
This is professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
This is Ryse wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
You're damn right, Paul.
Lee's setting him up here. Look out.
Oh, jeez. Wait,
He caught him.
Caught him and just dropped him on the floor.
Unbelievable. Kincaid now digging deep, trying to fight back, trying to do everything he can to neutralize Moriarty.
You can see the pain, the exhaustion etched on their face. And again, Kincaid is willing to take a chance.
He's not just going to the top of the turnbuckle. He's on top of the post. Unbelievable balance.
Moriarty, no water in the pool for Kincaid. Oh, right on the point of the jaw.
And here comes Lee roaring back again. And he still cannot pin Kincaid.
Tiger driver.
He got him.
Do it.
Unbelievable matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryse Wrestling has just made history with this incredible matchup. Jason Kincaid and Lee Moriarty. And Lee Moriarty has got to be on that international level now.
Passion. Dedication. And a hell of a lot of damn ability. We just witnessed two very special athletes empty the tank for Ryse Pro Wrestling.
They have given everything they had and more. An incredible matchup. Moriarty gets the victory, but both these men are the heroes tonight.
And damn, I want to see Jason Kincaid back in a Ryse ring as well. If management is booking the rematch, I want to see it. Hell of an effort from Kincaid and Moriarty. What a privilege to call that incredible action. That right there is Ryse Pro Wrestling.
Entering first, weighing at 171 pounds, from right here in Baldwin, PA, he is the social media icon. He is tagged Jarvis.
Second half of Ryse Pro Wrestling, Ryse 412 in Baldwin, Pennsylvania. My name is Jim Amata. Your name is still Paul Atlas, as far as I know.
In the challenger, hailing from Fort England, Town Gap, Pennsylvania, weighing 165 pounds. He is the Keystone Soldier, Drake Braddock.
The personification of a can of Red Bull. The Keystone Soldier, Drake Braddock. He is a perennial contender here in Ryse. And he certainly wants to build that momentum, climb up the ranks. We could be seeing a very important step in the career of Drake Braddock here in Baltimore.
That's right, our military hero, Drake Braddock, against the hometown hero, I guess you could say, Tad Jarvis.
Give me that mic. Give me that mic.
You know, Paul, there's something about Tad Jarvis. It just gets under my
Greetings
skin.
and salutations, Baldwin. How are we doing tonight? Oh, no. This is not the library. This is Baldwin. Make some noise. How are we doing tonight? My name is Drake Braddock, the Keystone Soldier, and one of Brandon Kay's first graduating students from the Stronghold. We wouldn't be here without him. Let's give him a big hand.
A little hats off to the boss.
But most of all, we wouldn't be here without any of you. So give yourselves a big hand. No. Brandon Kay called me up, and he said, I'm going to give you the best my graduating class has to offer. And I said, yes, sir. So tonight, Tad Jarvis, you are one of the best to come out of Uprise. I'm one of his first students, so why don't the rad, bad, millennial lad versus the Keystone Soldier, the soul of Ryse. We tear the house down tonight. What do you say to that? Sound off. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One more time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Crowd, do you want to have us tonight? Yes, sir. How about you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One more. Yes, sir. Well, let's give him a show, Tad.
Hey, Paul, wait, what is it?
What's going on? I don't know what's going on here.
We've got a match in the ring here.
And the boss hit a wrong key on there. Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa.
Now, wait a minute, Paul. We've got a scheduled match in the ring.
Thank you very much. Now, just because you look like Bret Michaels doesn't make you a DJ. Now, I have a little bit of a dilemma here. You see, you said that you were giving him. Oh, you. Okay.
Look at how funny you
How about you shut up and let me talk? How about that, huh?
Mike, hot Mike won't let you there, sunshine.
It's divine intervention, Paul. Jordan Styles' mic is broke. We don't have to hear his voice.
Let me give you guys a little bit of a history lesson right now. You guys are dealing with the successful Saints, Jordan Styles, and the great Alexander.
Jordan's all out of sorts.
We didn't have to be here. I'd rather be main eventing for the Raw Tag Team Championships or even the championships here. I wouldn't want to be in Smelly Baldwin where you guys lose at everything. When I thought you all shut your mouths and listened to it anyway. Now, did we already beat this fool?
We beat him a few shows ago.
I thought so too. You know what? I don't even need this. This crap.
I didn't mind mine.
How about this? How about
We need to fire that ring announcer. He should not enable Jordan Styles to talk anymore.
The Emmy Award-winning tool bag has something to say.
Don't ever give him a mic.
Where's my championship match? Where's my promotion match? Are you afraid of me? I'm undefeated and I'm right.
Is there a point to all this?
I think the Emmy Award-winning athlete is having a public breakdown. He believes he's not getting his just due. Well, interrupting an entire event isn't necessarily going to score you any points with the office.
So how about we let this semi-formally dressed individual introduce us?
He's in a tuxedo. He looks better than most.
Notice Jordan has such a big mouth, he doesn't even need a mic.
Unbelievable.
Accompanied to the ring by their insurance policy, Mr. G. In the Wealth Money Manager, Ronnie Starks. He is the successful Snake, Jordan Styles.
What's a payoff?
Yeah, he's paying him in Monopoly money.
And his partner, hailing from Beverly Hills, California. He is the must kiss, can't miss, hot stuff, can't get enough, gold standard tough. The sensational millionaire playboy, the 19-year-old shining diamond. He is the great Alexander.
Paul, there's quid pro quo even in professional wrestling.
I'm telling you.
It's been happening all over the place.
How come I don't get a payout like that? I gotta get a better agent.
Hey, Paul, if they drop any of that cash,
Hey,
you'll be talking to yourself.
Yeah, I'll be racing you for it, kid.
Or maybe I won't.
Well, yeah, never mind.
Come on, guys.
One of the many times I regret my OCD. Wait a minute, so we have a match here? Or what?
I'm guessing we've got a tag match now, apparently.
And what was Ronnie Starks' title? He's the money manager? You know, Starks is the Bernie Madoff of professional wrestling if he's managing money.
Yeah, well, did you ever get that money back you lent him?
Well, now that you mention it, what are they? They're passing around hand sanitizer.
Well, you know, you got this kid from Beverly Hills. You know, I grew up in L.A., and we used to put these guys in gym lockers all the time.
Well, despite his outrageous personality, believe it or not, Jordan Styles is a talented athlete. If you could get past his big mouth and even bigger ego, he's a hell of a talented professional wrestler. Unfortunately, they've completely taken over our event here. Our debut in Baldwin, PA, they decided to crash the party. And obviously, Jordan is very talented.
Come on, get your little buddies together, huh?
Nice go behind again by Jordan. One step ahead.
Paintbrushing the young man in the back of the head as well.
Playing some mind games, but then again, that's what this has all been about. It's all bravado. It's all Jordan Styles patting himself on the back.
Yeah, what you got, huh?
And Jordan again staying one step ahead. He's very tactful inside the ring ropes. Arm drag there. 2 feet firmly in the chest puts Jordan on the canvas. And his big mouth is getting him in trouble.
I've already beat you once. Give me the experienced one over there. Come on, give me G.I. Jane. Give me G.I. Oh, look at these splits, everybody.
I believe the great Alexander is calling out Drake Braddock.
Well, he might be great, but he ain't too bright.
How pretentious and pompous does someone have to be to call themselves the great anything? I I don't think you want to disrespect an Iraqi war veteran or a mixed martial arts expert or a Keystone soldier, and Drake Braddock is all three of those. Not faring very well for Alexander.
Yeah, I think he's regretting calling him out now, that's for sure.
And Paul, I mean, you know the ins and outs of Ryse, Uprise, etc., etc. Is this an alliance here between Alexander and Jordan?
I have no idea where the comparison or where this partnership, so to speak, other than the fact that you got an Emmy award-winning tool bag and a young punk from Beverly Hills who thinks he owns everything. Well, hell, they're both tool bags. Maybe that's the common denominator.
Perhaps they're banding together in their crusade to get noticed, begging for attention.
Well, I'll tell you, maybe that's it, huh? Well, the great Alexander's got the attention of Drake Braddock.
He's going to need some medical attention. That's what he's going to need, excuse me. These guys being out here just gets under my skin.
I'll tell you, you're a little out of sorts here now, Jim. Calm down.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, Paul.
I got to agree. Hell with impartiality. I liked it.
One more!
Basement style drop kick.
And the great Alexander not looking too great right now.
At this point, he's the slightly average Alexander. And as far as I'm concerned, unless you're following it with Muda or Kabuki, you have no right to the great moniker. But Alexander believes he can just take that when he starts his career. And I believe that we're taking some pictures.
Little selfie before the double Russian leg sweep. I like it.
Tad Jarvis is all over social media. You don't believe me? Check out his trucks.
I'm not a big social media guy, but if I can see the great Alexander getting beat up on social media, I'll be on it.
Man, that was a stiff clothesline. Put Jarvis down, clutching the back of his head. Come on, Alexander, out of the way. Let's go. This is the real rough neck side of Jordan Alexander. Yeah, full mount here, dropping down unprotected shots to the top of the head. Unorthodox but effective is Jordan's style.
Now, that was a different type of elbow drop there. Only getting a 2 count though. Man, what execution. Now, don't get me wrong. Jordan Styles is a prolific wrestler. You know, I mean, he trained under Brandon K, and you've got to have special stuff to train under Brandon K. But, you know, this Emmy award-winning crap, it's just, the guy's full of himself. It's ridiculous.
And this goon out here, this hired goon, and that weasel Ronnie getting involved.
Well, and as we've seen too many times tonight, it's simply not a 2-on-2 matchup. But again, it's a 4-on-2.
You know, Paul, with his weaselly as Ronnie Starks is, he may be the next Jimmy Hoffa, if you get my drift.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy if it does.
Hey, Paul, do you paint houses?
I know a guy.
What you got? The Great Awakening.
Oh, man, Alexander drops Jarvis on the back of his head. Smooth transition. And that's what's so damn annoying about this contingent of Alexander and Styles, because they certainly have ability. They're not two ham sandwiches. They know what they're doing in there. I don't think that justifies those two being so damn irritating, but they certainly have the talent.
Now Drake Braddock trying to get this crowd behind Tad Jarvis here. He's going to have to fight his way out of here and get over to Drake Braddock if they have any chance of winning this matchup.
Look out. Man, Jordan is just muscling Jarvis around.
Yeah, he didn't like the positioning, obviously. He repositioned him and proceeded to go with that release suplex again.
Yeah, that was some domination there. Styles was letting Jarvis know he could do whatever he wanted with him. As again, we're seeing Jarvis take some unprotected shots.
Thankfully, not too hard, though.
Jarvis fighting with a sense of desperation. He knew he was in trouble. Miscue.
You see what you have to deal with in Baldwin? He represents every one of you.
Alexander knew when to capitalize on that mishap.
Oh, he just missed that tag. Alexander letting him just get close enough.
And that could have been a crucial mistake from Tad. That was a real feast or famine situation because as you can see, the complexion of the matchup completely changed.
Sure, you know, I got to give the devil his due here. The great Alexander able to cut that ring off.
One mistake, and they're making him pay.
Jarvis now with that big enziguri kick to the back of the head. He has got to get over to Keystone Soldier Drake Braddock, though, right now.
It is a pivotal point in this contest here.
Jordan's got the tag, and so does Jarvis. Here comes Drake Braddock.
And the Keystone Soldier is rolling. Look out. This is the signature Drake Braddock playbook.
He has totally gotten the ire of the great Alexander has gotten. Oh, beautiful kick to the back of the head.
Man, Jordan planted him. Absolutely stuck him.
That spine buster was well executed there.
Wait a minute, now Jordan has one of those heavies. Those things are about 10 pounds, Paul. Interception from George Ross.
Yeah. Referee not going to allow this to happen.
Wait a minute. The second Emmy, and now
the boss ain't going to let that happen.
The boss has had enough.
The boss has put it down.
And Alexander is jarring away with Brandon Kay and in the ring. Jordan.
Hey, you idiots might want to turn around.
Drake is up top.
He nails it.
And the winners of this match, Tad Jarvis and Drake Braddock.
And despite the two Emmys and the two goons at ringside, Alexander and Jordan find themselves on the losing end of this equation as the impromptu team of Braddock and Jarvis are successful here in Baldwin. A nice homecoming for Tad Jarvis.
Hey, they shot their mouths off. They got the match, and they're on the losing end.
Jordan is incensed. Brandon Kay doesn't give a damn.
Hey, the boss stepped in. What can you say?
The boss was not going to allow Jordan Styles to crash the party here in Baldwin.
Accompanied to the ring by Mr. Benjamin C. Steele. He is a member of Chic International. Hailing from beautiful Miami.
wearing an ascot.
I thought you were going to say the man was walking with an ass.
That would be accurate as well. Tyler Klein a little worse for wear after the main event put him in check in our opening contest.
And his opponent,
Who took the gun?
from Las Vegas, Nevada, the Earth Oddity, Ziggy Haim.
She is charismatic, she is talented, and she's all heart. One of the most unique athletes anywhere in professional wrestling. Ziggy Haim continues to make her mark here at Ryse. And Paul, Ziggy has that fancy ring jacket, some fancy ring attire. She may be giving Tyler Klein a run for his money.
A little fashion off here? Is that what we're going to have?
God, I hope not.
Oh, the pink bandage does nothing for him.
Check that spray tan too.
And forgive me if I don't have any sympathy. I don't have any sympathy for Tyler Klein, because the reason he's aching right now is because he interjected himself and interfered in a Ryse tag team matchup.
Oh, he got what he deserved. And I guess he's going to wrestle with the ascot on. Hopefully the first thing Ziggy does is choke his lights out with it.
Paul, I gotta be honest, the only other time I've seen an ascot is Fred from Scooby-Doo. Did you ever wear an ascot, Paul?
No, I haven't.
I think Tyler Klein looks like he's gonna throw a temper tantrum in there. Now this guy, I mean, he really believes that he is a trendsetter in fashion. That's why he comes out here with this elaborate ring attire.
Sure.
And let's not forget that BC Steel bet on Tyler Klein, Calvin Couture, and Mambo for Golden Chic International. So far, BC is 1-1 on the night with the acquisition of Colby Colby Red. But Golden Chic itself is still 1-0. 0-1. I'm all out of sorts.
I see that. BC
Beautiful tilt-a-whirl satellite head scissors.
BC Steel tends to do that to you. Let me ask you, what do you think it would be like Fashion Week in New York, walking down the street, Tyler Klein with BC Steel?
Wait, look out. Basement drop kick from Ziggy. Takes out everybody. And if she's going to beat up BC Steel, I'm even more of a fan of Ziggy.
Double her pay for that one.
Can you bring the action back in the ring? Come on. Back in the ring.
Look out.
We like chops, right? We like
I think she's going to weave. She's going to leave some prints on the already tanned body of Tyler Klein.
Maybe just a little bit redder by the time it's over. Or oranger, one of the two.
And for some reason, seeing Tyler Klein and BC Steel in pain simultaneously is a little satisfying.
Oh, it warms your heart.
No.
Well, I don't know how well the welts are. Oh,
Wow.
man. Ziggy racked her head off the post.
Yeah, once too often she tried to get a little cute there with Tyler Klein.
The tide shifting immediately. I don't know how the welts are going to translate to Fashion Week.
And he's got that pink tape measure now. Well, he had another one.
Okay, this ref needs to get his eyesight checked.
I'll tell you what. This guy's got to be new.
What the hell's going on here, Paul? Speaking of Scooby-Doo, the ref reminds me of Scrappy.
Would that be Scrappy McGowan?
Oh, jeez.
He just planted Ziggy Haim.
Klein wants Ziggy. But Ziggy's tough, Paul. I don't care. Size, stature. She's as tough as anybody.
Well, sure, and she has proven herself over these last several months as she's made it perfectly clear that she wants to become the Ryse Grand Champion.
And if she happens to win that championship, now again, come on here, ref. How about some separation here? And a rake in the eyes from BC Steel.
Yeah, somebody needs to smarten this ref up about the way BC Steel is, because he's missing everything here.
Oh, man, just hurling her body, and Paul, this is getting uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, I have to admit, this is just not something you want to see
again,
here.
this is that bona fide mean streak of Golden Chic. Don't forget, these are the same charlatans that set up one of their stablemates for months.
Yeah, they turned their back on their own brotherhood. What do you think they're going to do to a perfect stranger?
And Tyler Klein, very proud of himself. Ziggy got her shoulders up, but I don't know how much longer she can put up with this assault because she's trying to deal with Tyler Klein and BC Steel.
And you can see the pain on this young lady's face right now.
And Klein slapping her around is just insult. There's no need to do that. This is about the competition, Klein. Oh, man. Ziggy hit very awkwardly that time.
She may have separated a rib on that one.
Klein got a little too cocky, a little too overconfident. Look out. Hurricane Rana sends the fashion designer for a ride himself. And look at the determination on the face of Ziggy Haim.
Yeah, she's thrown every ounce of her body weight into those maneuvers.
Cover here. Ziggy's having some fun in there now, Paul.
She is now.
That's some payback for all the underhanded tactics she's had to deal with in the course of this contest. And again, BC, this guy needs to get out of here. Golden Chic is trying to ruin our debut here in a new venue. And the distraction allowing Klein to cheap shot Ziggy. Oh no, look out.
Trying to hook her up here.
Oh! All right. Well, they need to end
I don't care if that's it or not. That's got to be it.
Paul, and he's not going for a cover, so what's that telling you? Tyler Klein, his objective here is to try to hurt Ziggy Haim, to try to make an example out of her, so that Golden Chic can have somebody else on the checklist.
Yeah, I think this referee has to...
They took out RPW, now they're targeting Ziggy Haim.
This referee needs to err on the side of caution and end this match.
And then roll up! Roll up! She got her! and you better damn believe she's all talent. Paul, I truly, sincerely believe we could be looking at the very first female Ryse Grand Champion sooner or later, because Ziggy Haim, there's no quit in that talented young lady. BC looks a little dizzy, but that's not unusual for him.
I was going to say, how can you tell?
Shirley, weighs 250 pounds, hailing all the way from Cleveland, Ohio. The Neo Tarantino, direction.
The Grindhouse has already claimed a victim earlier tonight in the young Chase Oliver. Shawn Phoenix could be next on the hit list for Doe and Derek.
And the challenger,
the Firebird has landed in Baldwin. Phoenix looks focused tonight, Paul.
He's going to have to be taking on Derek direction with Shirley Doe outside the ring.
And as 2020 is a brand new chapter for Ryse Pro Wrestling, Paul, we know that Shawn Phoenix is looking to make 2020 a new chapter in his career after suffering those devastating injuries. I'm doing my job, pal.
What have you done to make all these guys so angry? Oh, a sentimental bone in this guy's body.
And hit his skull on this gymnasium floor, and he almost died. I want every one of you losers in this crowd to stand up and give this man a round of applause for coming back.
Said with all the sincerity he could muster.
Well, Paul, I hate to say it, but since that injury from that aerial attempt, we haven't seen Phoenix We haven't seen the Firebird fly much.
No, we have not.
Wrestle. I used to watch your videos with Kincaid and Matt Nix. I want this match. I asked personally for this match from Marcus Mann. I want to shake your hand before we go.
I think Phoenix would have better luck sticking his head in the lion's mouth.
Yeah.
Derek Direction oozes insincerity.
Yeah.
What? I'm not giving. What the heck? I'm going right back into a headlock here. No, you're not.
Direction using his size here. And when you have someone that wrestles as fast-paced as Phoenix does, keeping him on the mat neutralizes a huge portion of his offense.
Oh, hey, as much of a blowhard as Direction is, this guy is very technically sound. He knows exactly what he's doing in this ring at all times.
And once again, back down to the mat, one way or another. Forgive me as I enjoy each and every one of these strikes to Direction.
I'm leery and this guy can't answer. What?
Direction counters out here. Roll through.
Take my liberty.
Beautiful tilt-a-whirl satellite head scissors.
And Shawn Phoenix is turning Derek Direction inside out.
Just beautiful action from the Firebird.
What the heck? Not what?
Oh, man.
Not today.
Direction caught him. And Phoenix spikes him. Direction has to be about 3 inches shorter. Now what a sleaze bag Direction is.
And Direction is challenging Shawn Phoenix to go to the top rope.
Phoenix legitimately almost died in an accident that he sustained, and Direction's gonna mock him.
Well, that's the way this idiot is.
There's no wine for these guys.
Well, we've known that since the Grindhouse Rise War.
Baseball slide tattoos Direction in his big mouth. And Phoenix is hung up and defenseless right now.
He's caught him in the ring apron, between the ring apron and the ring itself.
And I don't know what Direction's trying to do over there, but it doesn't bode well for the Firebird.
And Direction and Phoenix slugging it out while sitting in chairs. We're seeing it all here tonight in Baldwin, Pennsylvania.
The director directing traffic, so to speak. And look at the chest of Phoenix. You can see the welts forming.
That's good.
Look out. Interception. Victory roll. Shoulders down. I believe that was a shot to the throat, which is not legal, but then again, no surprise.
And now he's going to tell the ref the rules.
Shut
Direction able to find that bottom rope.
Despite being a shade of orange, Direction does kind of resemble a blueberry. I think you're running your mouth again. That's about your most useful weapon inside the ring, right? And running his mouth may cost him dearly here as he gets spiked on his head yet again. And referee Nick Brown gonna lay down a count here.
Yeah, both these men gonna have to get to their feet. One of them's got to answer this bell here.
And we can see the visible welts on the body of Shawn Phoenix. But this young athlete didn't quit when his life was in jeopardy. He's certainly not gonna quit now. And look at the eyes of the Firebird. Ashes to ashes, Paul. He hit it.
He's got him here. You know, these two guys can run their mouth all they want. Derek Direction can pummel Shawn Phoenix all he wants. But what you got to remember is Shawn Phoenix literally stared death in the face and came back.
Oh man, Phoenix got caught with his head down.
Step over. Don't scoot over. One step over.
This guy's a total narcissist. Springboard leg drop.
Literally calling out his moves as he hits them.
But the Firebird will not stay down.
I'm moonsaulting this guy. Get this shot, loser.
Direction so arrogant.
And directing our camera crew.
The guy is a total... Look out. Innovative face plant from Phoenix.
Plants him solid. Got the leg hooked. Unbelievable.
And Phoenix is shaken, but again, continuing to fight through. Continuing to string together the offense. But he got cut off.
Right with that double thrust to the throat.
I'm not sure how much Phoenix connected with, but he got enough.
He clipped them enough.
Oh, he got caught. Oh, man, jarring the spine.
Just compressing those lower vertebrae.
And this may be... Well, you're not going to get it done with an arrogant cover on Shawn Phoenix. As we've said, his wife was in jeopardy, and he didn't back down. And now the director seems to be running out of orders.
I don't think
some frustration on his face.
I don't think he can believe that Shawn Phoenix has been able to hang in there with him this long.
Oh man.
These two are just beating the unholy hell out of each other now at this point.
Wait, what's Stowe doing in the ring? A blatant cheap shot.
A blatant disqualification is what it is.
Direction was on the ropes. Direction was in trouble, and Doe made the save because Direction couldn't get the job done himself.
And now they're just
And they
manhandling
just
Shawn
kicked
Phoenix.
Phoenix right in the temple.
And look out!
Wait, look out.
Yeah.
Derek's up and Ziggy doesn't see him. And look out, she's going to get blindsided.
We got to get some people
Doe
out
had
here.
Ziggy.
He
Ziggy
just
had
planted her.
DDT. He just spiked Ziggy on the top of her forehead. And we've got security out here.
And I have to believe the end result here is a disqualification.
Now wait a minute, you can't do that. He's assaulting the ring announcer.
We have absolute carnage out here.
They are obsessed with doing anything they can to ruin our debut in Baldwin. This has to stop. Those selfish bastards want to ruin this for us. They want to ruin this for the fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Rockingham, and I am so glad that each and every one of you are here today, because I preach patience, confidence, and respect, rule number one, and the keys to success. And unfortunately, the acting champions and your great champion don't exhibit these great qualities. Thank you, microphone. So tonight, I'm making my platform to go live, because it's for your own good, you know it or not.
That wrestled his way through the entire Ryse of a Contender tournament. The man who finally wrestled away the Ryse Grand Championship from the clutches of Matt Connard, who held that championship for a cumulative 18 months. All the talent in the world. All he needed was the opportunity and the platform, and Ryse Pro Wrestling is that platform for the Iceman. A remarkable story watching that young man realize his potential as a champion in professional wrestling.
This is for the Ryse Grand Championship. To my left, hailing from Yale University by way of Cleveland, Ohio, the new beginning, your guru, Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham. And the champion to my right, the Ryse Grand Champion, weighing in at 195 pounds, from St. Louis, Missouri. He is the Iceman, Tony Johnson.
January 25th of 2020. Being brought to you by the Indie Wrestling Network and IndyWrestling.us. It is for the Ryse Grand Championship. The champion, the Iceman, Tony Johnson, defends against Daniel C. Rockingham. My name's Jim Amata, joined by the Pittsburgh legend, Paul Atlas. And Paul, let's be frank here. While Dr. Dan is an extremely talented athlete, doesn't have the best win-loss record in Ryse Pro Wrestling.
That he does not.
He secured this title shot because our new general manager, Jim Sterling, who was colluding with David Wallace all along, just happened to say, you know what? Dr. Dan's a part of the ruling class stable, so he gets a title shot.
Imagine that. Helping out his buddies.
Nepotism at its finest, isn't it?
Exactly.
However, for Dr. Dan, for Envy Young, for David Wallace, and more importantly for Jim Sterling, if they truly want to solidify their position of power here in Ryse, that Ryse Grand Championship does just that.
Sure. And then we're going to start out here with his first test, if you will. Try and get Dr. Daniel to take that belt away.
And obviously no respect to the champion from Dr. Dan, who is so arrogant, so egotistical, he truly believes his self-help system is the way to guide and inspire people.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, I've been in the ring with Tony Johnson, and Tony Johnson's not just going to roll over because Dr. Dan has his self-help system, that's for sure.
Another collar elbow tie up here. Nice leverage maneuver from the Iceman, who returns in kind. Deep arm drag from the Iceman. 2 feet firmly in the chest, has the challenger rocking and reeling. Back heel trip. So smooth is Tony in the ring.
And Dr. Daniel taking the professional wrestling version of a timeout as he slides to the floor.
He is, as much as I hate to say this, not only is he a skilled athlete, but he's very calculating both inside and outside of the ring. Hence why he knew when to get the hell out of Dodge with that potential bicycle kick from the champion.
Yeah, but Tony Johnson's been around once or twice. This ain't his first rodeo either. He's going to break that momentum right now on the outside and go get the challenger.
And with as arrogant as Dr. Dan is, Johnson may be content with just beating the hell out of him all around this gymnasium. Down goes Dr. Dan. Down goes Dr. Dan. Dr. Dan.
Wonder what step that is.
Dr. Dan may need a doctor. Man, what a knee strike. Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, or Dr. Fine?
Doctor, I need a doctor.
I told you he needs a doctor.
Is there a doctor in the house? And I don't mean Rockingham.
Now, how pretentious does Dr. Dan have to be to not only plug his self-help system every time he's out here, but the man is so egregious, he's wrestling with a tile.
Well, hopefully Tony Johnson will use that to strangle him with.
Handspring. I told you.
But he had that
Dr.
well
Dan,
scouted.
all strategy. He knew exactly what to do.
Very well scouted.
Boxing the ears. Stomping on the hands. That's a good way to crack a metacarpal. Cravat style DDT. I'm sorry, a cravat neck breaker.
It's all right. These guys.
I gotta be honest. If Dr. Dan wins this grand championship, you know it's going to solidify Jim Sterling. It's going to solidify David Wallace. It's going to solidify MV Young. It'll solidify the ruling class, quote unquote, here in Ryse.
Sure, those guys, as irritating as they are, you know.
And here you're seeing the vicious side of Rockingham.
And most importantly, we are
big. And that's what I'm telling you. Dr. Dan is a nasty, gritty athlete.
Sure, all members of the ruling class are, and they're led by our new general manager who, well,
swerved all of us.
I'm not going to go there because Standard Practices will be sending me nasty letters again.
I've already gotten a nasty email from Standard Practices. Thankfully, Nick Brown intercepts the pamphlet, which is a foreign object, an illegal object. But Rockingham has another pamphlet, cutting the webbing in between the fingers. I'm telling you, he's a nasty, calculating individual.
Big shot right to the base of the neck of Tony Johnson.
Despite his arrogant nature, make no mistake about it, Paul. It pains me to say this, it really does. But Rockingham is absolutely a threat to the championship.
Sure, despite his win-loss record not being perfect, despite him being buddies with our general manager, this guy is an accomplished athlete. He'd have to be here in Ryse.
And what pains me the most is even though we haven't seen Jim Sterling or David Wallace here, that doesn't mean they're not in the building. That doesn't mean they're not close by. So what the hell does the ruling class have in store for Tony Johnson, who is fighting with the spirit of a true champion here? Out the back door. Nice soul butt from Tony. Sunset flip. Can he get Rockingham over? Oh, no.
Wow.
Nasty.
Wrenching
Wrenching on that neck.
My goodness. Just turned Tony Johnson all the way around, wrenching on that neck.
Well, that could have been a serious, serious injury. And how much of a narcissist does he have to be to do this in the middle of a championship match?
This guy is about as arrogant as he is tall, and that's a height.
Johnson willing himself and finally able to extricate himself from the clutches of Dr. Dan. Rockingham rolls through. Leg sweep. And that may be the beginning of the end of the reign of Tony Johnson.
Did you look at the maniacal look in Rockingham's eyes after he delivered that kick to the side of the head?
Full lateral press from Rockingham. And you're right, Paul. Rockingham wants to play spoiler to Tony Johnson's accomplishments.
Well, now shoving that pamphlet down his throat.
This is just gross on every level. They're gross individuals.
And now he's got that hoverboard,
which is also an illegal object.
What in the world is going on here?
Are you kidding me?
Our ref doesn't know what to do.
I guess that's a good way to get pink eye.
I got nothing. I absolutely got nothing.
Sir, your words hurt.
I believe Johnson will refuse to be disrespected as champion.
And I can't blame him.
Oh, man! Tony got tattooed in the face, but returns the favor.
This is a heavyweight fight, no doubt.
The first one to fall may be the one that's going to drop this matchup. Handspring, and it's Dr. Dan that falls courtesy of the springboard kick, the same maneuver that helped Johnson win the championship.
But a lot has been taken out of Johnson right now. Both men down on the mat. Both men going to have to struggle to get to their feet.
Oh, I don't know if Tony knows where he is.
He looks a little dazed. Dr. Dan first to his feet.
And Tony is going to push forward. Sheer determination here for the Grand Championship.
Up and over goes Johnson.
I do that! Johnson perched up top. Tremendous crossbody. What elevation. What impact.
But he also launched himself right over, not able to take advantage of it for a cover. Backbreaker.
And look at the expression of Johnson. He is zeroed in on Dr. Dan. It's a little bit of a precarious situation.
To say the least.
And finally
the tie's being put to good use.
Look out. Dragon suplex. Drop Rockingham on the back of his head.
Johnson going for the cover here. Just that close.
You can see some frustration seeping on the face of the champion. As much as it pains me to say it, Dr. Dan has proved a formidable challenger. Rockingham intercepts. Oh, look out. Oh, we may have a new champion.
He's got him hooked.
And inches away.
That is about as close as it gets.
And I believe Johnson emptied the tank, took everything he had to kick out of that one. Could Tony's storybook ride to the Grand Championship be reaching its final chapter relatively quickly?
Keep that tie up the throat. Come on, no choking.
And with as many illegal objects as we've seen used in this matchup, I believe we could have grounds for a disqualification.
Sure.
Although, oh man, long darted Johnson into the corner. Paul, that's it.
That's got to be it. He's got his foot on the ropes. The ref caught him.
But Johnson's in a bad way. And good call by Nick Brown. He's not gonna be intimidated.
That's good. That's what this guy needs.
Nick Brown is one of the best officials in Pittsburgh, and that's why. He knows what's at stake.
Now, wait a minute. What's Rockingham doing now?
Now, wait a minute. You can't expose the buckle. That's also illegal.
Well, he's got that turnbuckle cover
Paul,
off. He just threw it at our feet.
This is definitely grounds for a disqualification.
The ref doesn't.
The ruling class will rule Ryse.
And Paul,
there's the reference.
I don't want to even think about it, but we could be getting close to that. And he's going to wand our
He's gonna
Tony
go
into
for that
the
again.
buckle. Rockingham puts on the brakes.
Johnson puts on the brakes.
Scout. Roll up. And Dr. Dan hits the
He got
exposed
launched
buckle.
right into it.
Turnabout, fair play, pal.
Johnson caught him, but he also hit the back of his head.
Does he have enough? Is it enough? Yes,
He got
it
him.
is. Yes, it is.
The winner and still Ryse Grand Champion, the Iceman, Tony Johnson.
And Jim Sterling. Well, wait a minute. Golden Chic just hit the ring. Every member of Golden Chic is they're mugging Johnson.
No, wait a minute. Are we to assume that are they part of the ruling class now? What's going on here?
Well, I believe this is Golden Chic trying to make
Watch
their own
out!
claim.
Here comes Duke Davis. Here comes Lee Moriarty. Drake Braddock.
What? Golden Chic.
Guys are bailing like thieves in the night.
The main event.
We'll take that.
Duke and Ganon denied Golden Chic the tag titles earlier, and they're going to try to mug Tony as a result. Is this revenge? Is this a challenge? What the hell is their agenda?
No, not that easy. No, I don't want you. I'm done with you. I want him. Shut your mouth. All of it. You're an improved, but you need a cough drop.
Hey,
What?
Golden Chic, wherever you call yourselves, I see you guys have numbers. You're looking around me. I know a few people. So when Ryse Wrestling comes back, March 21st, my friends will be seeing your friends.
Bring it on.
The challenge has been laid down. Paul, it's been a tremendous debut here in Baldwin. I think we have to wrap up. So for the Pittsburgh legend, Paul Atlas, my name's Jim Amata, Ryse Wrestling. We'll be back in Connersville at the Stronghold February 8th. We'll be back here in Baldwin March 21st. IndyWrestling.us and RyseWrestling.com. We'll see you next time.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.